Okay, so you got the thing, the VISA. Congratulations, and I know you didn't tell anybody when you're leaving because that's just how we are in Jamaica. Well, if you are traveling to the West, places like UK, Canada, the USA, let me fill you in on a few things before you get here, especially for the ones who have never traveled before. Now, depending on what part of the West you're going, specifically America, because that is where I'm living, I can speak about the USA. If you are coming to the USA, guys, let's talk about the obvious. Be prepared to adjust to a cold weather. We're talking about stepping out of nice, warm, sunny weather. If you live in the Caribbean, Jamaica specifically, because I'm Jamaica. Listen, guys, if you are if you are leaving places like Jamaica and you're coming to the United States, to the north, all right, it's going to be so cold. Okay, so it's going to take some kind of adjustments. You will be wearing layers and layers of clothes just to stay warm. That nice warm sunny weather is a thing of the past. It's going to take some adjustment. You're not used to it, it's going to take some adjustment. And we have some Jamaicans who say, it's not cold. It's not cold. It's like an open AC. Okay. Okay. Let's see how long you keep that up for. Prepare to be bundled in layers and layers of clothes to stay warm. Okay. Prepare to be walking on ice. Prepare to be skating on ice to get to work and to school. For those who are coming up, school age children, prepare to be skating on ice to go to school. Oh my God, guys, I'm telling you, it's going to be an adjustment when it comes to the weather. So guys, yeah, so enjoy that nice, warm, sunny island weather while you can, because you'll be saying bye-bye to that for a good while. Okay, so dress code now, guys. I mentioned a little bit about the dress code as far as being bundled up. You're going to be bundled up just to stay warm. You'll be wearing like leggings under your pants, sometimes double socks to keep your feet warm, because sometimes the boots that we wear is just not insulated properly enough, and your toes will be burning like freezer burnt from because it's so cold outside. And then on top of that, you'll be wearing a jacket just to stay warm. And that is why in the summertime here people go crazy, because I want to say that 9 out of 12 months for the year people are bundled in clothes. I mean, talk about 9 out of 12 months. That's a long time to be cold. It's a long time to stay cold. So when summertime comes around, that 4 months, people go crazy. They go crazy shopping for their summer clothes, and of course everybody trying to look their best for the summer. It's crazy. But then again, guys, it is not so bad. All of this that I'm telling you, it is not so bad, because it really all depends where in the US you are going. Not everywhere in the US is frigid cold. For example, if you're visiting like the southern states such as Florida, we all know Florida is warm around 9 out of 12 months of the year. They have to deal with a little cold, but that's just about it. So it really all depends what part of the United States that you will be heading. If you're going to the north, prepare for winter battles. So we make it here and we're adjusting. We've already adjusted to the weather. But one day we wake up and we're like, oh my God, I kind of feel like eating some callaloo. Well, guess what? We have to go to the store to buy callaloo. Everything is in tin. It is very rare that somebody grows callaloo in their backyard. Say you wake up one morning and you feel like ackee and saltfish. Well, guess what? You'll find your saltfish, but the ackee definitely not coming from the tree in the backyard. It's coming out of a tin, okay? And also, the food is just not the same. It's just not the same. Don't expect the ackee to be as good. Don't expect the callaloo to be as good, because everything is in tin. So these are the little things that we really take for granted in Jamaica, because in Jamaica, we don't have to pay for things like that. The ackee tree is in the backyard. The callaloo grows in the backyard. Fruits and vegetables grow in the backyard. Hardly people buy these things. But when you come here, you have to buy it all in tin. I mean, your fruits and vegetable is that's going to be tough. You feel like you want to eat an orange and you can't eat it unless you buy it at the grocery store. So, which costs money. So adjust. You're gonna need to adjust to how we get access to food when you come here to the US. And I'm not saying that in Jamaica, or the Caribbean, we don't have grocery stores that carry these things. But the way of life in Jamaica is certain things we don't buy at the grocery store. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I'm not going to buy ackee at a grocery store. I'm not going to buy my callaloo at the grocery store. My things like my tomatoes, I will not buy at the grocery store. But when you come here, oh, fruits, your fruits, like, your pineapple, your oranges, your apples, all your fruits in Jamaica, you're not going to buy that at a grocery store. But here in the US or in the West, prepare to buy everything. Everything. Now let's talk about living expense. Listen, places like the Caribbean, Jamaica specifically, I don't know if I should say like the majority of people don't pay rent or have a mortgage, but because in Jamaica, how we go about things is we normally live with relatives. Yes, people pay rent. Yes, people have a mortgage, but I don't think it's as demanding there as it is here. Listen, if I'm wrong, just let me know, okay? Because I know for me, growing up in Jamaica, I grew up on like family property. So we never had to pay for rent. Neither had we pay for any mortgage. So yeah, when you come here, forget all of that. You have to pay to live in this country. If you need your independence, you better be willing to pay your rent. You better be willing to pay your mortgage, and you cannot be late on none of your payments. You don't want to be late because there's some complications and some serious penalties that come with that. That's one of those things that you'll probably miss about your home country. Probably back home, you didn't have to pay any rent or any mortgage, but here, just be prepared to rent. And guys, I always say that in how here in this country, people sometimes come up across tough times and they become homeless. When you see homeless people, don't judge them because we really never know what caused them to be homeless. And yes, we are living abroad, okay? But I'm telling you, it is so easy to be homeless in this country, and it doesn't even have to be a mistake on your part. All it takes is just the economy shaking so hard that you lose your job and you'll be struggling to pay your rent, or you'll be struggling to pay your mortgage. And if you can't pay your rent or your mortgage, you'll be kicked out. The bank is going to come and they're going to take your property. Or if you're renting, the landlord is going to say, I'm sorry, you have to go. And then before you know it, sometimes people become homeless from things just like that. And also keep in mind, yes, we have shelters, but shelters sometimes are full. Sometimes shelters are full and they don't have accommodations. So if they don't have accommodations, then people, they will be out on the street. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're going to be homeless, it is better to be homeless back home in the Caribbean than it is to be homeless here, because in the Caribbean, all you have to worry about is maybe rain. But here, you're worrying about rain, you're worrying about cold weather, you're worrying about the snow, you're worrying about all the inclement weather here in this country. All these things you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about freezing to death in Jamaica, but here you do, So, guys, America is tough. The Western countries is tough. And it is so easy for things to go south when you live here in this country. So certain freedom that you have back home, you're just, you'll miss those things. You'll miss those things. As I said, it is better to be homeless in the island than it is to be homeless here in America. So as far as living expenses are concerned, you have to work hard to pay for every single thing. I mean, you're making your money, you're working hard, you're taking on jobs that you don't even want to take on. But guess what? You need to make ends meet. You may have to clean a toilet, you may have to work at the fast food restaurant. The thing about it is prepare to work hard when you come here to be able to cover all your living expenses, because the more you work is the more it goes out. I don't want to say that Uncle Sam has already calculated your paycheck. Uncle Sam has calculated your paycheck, okay? If you're not used to paying taxes back home, prepare to pay taxes here. And the thing is, though, as much as taxes sometimes can be ridiculous, you cannot even complain, because look at the things that you will be getting by paying taxes here. The benefits are convenience, good roads, good schools, things like that. And at least you are able to see where your tax dollars are going here in the United States of America. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're not used to paying taxes, prepare yourself for doing that when you come here. Okay, let's talk about freedom. And when I say freedom, I'm talking more like that relaxed vibe that you get in the Caribbean. I'm talking about, people not in a rush to get things done. To do your business, it takes all day. You're always chilling with your friends, chilling with the neighbors, hanging out at church. Freedom. You're gonna lose a little bit of that when you come here. You don't have no time for nobody really, especially if you're up north. You'll be busy working, busy. You'll become a busy bee, busy, busy, busy. Work, school. Work, school. It's gonna be so crazy. So all of that relaxation vibes that we normally get from the Caribbean, we might as well just say bye bye to it for now until we meet again, which is usually on vacation. And the thing about that is, sometimes when we come here into the United States, we don't even have time to go back home on vacation. You know, sometimes people don't even have the time. They don't have the time off from work. They don't have the time off from school. So they'll be busy all the time. So bye bye relaxation mode, that nice, beautiful, relaxed mode that you get from living in the Caribbean. All of that will be out the door. Because in the islands, we like to move at our own pace. But now we're not moving at our own pace anymore. We're now moving on the Western pace, which is so different from the Caribbean, which is, I know for Jamaica in particularly, it is so different. The pace is so different here than it is in Jamaica. So be prepared to adjust to that type of pace. When you come, you'll be like so busy, 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 busy. Sometimes you don't even have time to really greet your family. Guys, I can remember when I was living up north, it was so crazy. My husband would leave out for work way in the morning. Then I would go to work like around 10 o'clock, and I'm not coming home until 7, 8 o'clock at night. And I have little kids. So it actually takes two to tango, especially when you're raising a family here in the US, because life is so busy and so much fast paced here that, and the schedule is so dramatically, our schedules are different, and at the end of the day you have to just do whatever you need to do to make things work. So I find that most of the time that spouses, their schedules will be so different, and they just have to learn to work around each other's schedule to make things work. So just expect an adjustment in your time and schedule, and an adjustment in the paced environment when you get here. So guys, after all, it is really not that bad. All it takes is just being able to adjust. What I have learned is that moving from Jamaica to the United States, you quickly, within a month or so, bam, you become an American. in the mind, of course, you'll adjust very quickly. The problem though is when you return back home. The dog is barking. Never mind the dog, my neighbor's dog is barking. The thing though is when you return back home, that is where it kind of is harder to adjust going back home than it is coming here. When I say adjust going back home, I'm talking about the laid back environment that is back home. It's going to take some getting used to readjust yourself, especially when you need to do your banking and it just seemed like between doing your banking and maybe paying the electricity bill or whatever business that you need to tackle or shuffle around within a day. Most of the time you find that you have to roll it over into the next day. Those kind of things are a little bit annoying because we are used to we have gotten used to the fast-paced environment here. Like here you can schedule 20 things in one day and it will get done. But when Jamaican particularly, no, that's not going to work. It's not so. So usually when it comes to adjusting, it is easier to adjust to the environment here than it is, and it takes a little bit longer to adjust when you go back home. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. At least that's how it is for me. Certain things just kind of frustrate me. At the same time, I kind of enjoy and appreciate the relaxed vibe that we have in Jamaica, and that is why when we come, we return home to relax, we return home to de-stress, we return home to gear up to return back to the fast-paced environment. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching my channel. Thank you for watching my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I cannot wait to put out another video like this one. I feel like there's a part 2. I should put out a part 2 to this video, you know? Yeah, I say so, a part 2. So guys, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and I will see you in the next video.